Okay, I wanted to cover this for hopefully folks that are buying cars that they have people claim that they're restored. Just some things to look for, because this car, they claim to have restored it. And, they put a new trunk in it, and they did a great job. They put a new gas tank in it, I would say. That looks great. The body work is decent. It's got a Continental kit on it. This is a 54 Ford. But just things like this right here. This goes to the tail light, or the license plate light. And this old wiring gets crumbly and crappy. And you have to look for little spots like that, which, upon a primary inspection, you don't see that. But this is what I've got. I've got replacement wire, the older stuff. But this is what they had going to that. It was just something like this. As you can see, it's just got a blue crimp on the bottom of it, and it had some tape on the other end just wrapped together. That was really half-assed. None of this underneath has got any spot paint on it. The rear pinion, the pinion seal was leaking. The rear main was leaking. The stabilizer link was loose. Let's see here. We painted the underneath a little bit. When they shot paint on this, they painted all the dirt on these pans. So I scraped all the dirt off and painted them correctly. And we've got a list here. If you want to take a look at this list, we got the pan gasket, rear main, the door mounts, the strikers were jacked, the motor mount was bad, regulator was shot because they had the battery hooked up wrong, the push rod cover was leaking. I still got to work on the turn signal brake lights. They had some of them, the passenger side rear was miswired, adjusted the clutch. The trunk wouldn't even unlock. You had to finagle the lock or rake it to get it to unlock. So I took the tumblers out, redid the tumblers. Dad packed the wheel bearings, which I don't know if it needed them or not. It had 0 oil in the oil bath filter for the air filter, which is not, it's an oil bath filter, but it's still, that's what cleans the air cleaner. The glove box lock's gonna have to be replaced to match the trunk lock. The wipers don't work. They're vacuum controlled. I got to figure that out. This rear license plate job, brake adjustment, fixed the Continental kit. We tightened the steering box. But this brake deal, it's just a trailer job, right? The little plastic one with the clear deal. So, instead of being yellow, I painted it black just so it looks pretty. It just takes a little extra help, just to make things right. And it does take time, believe me. But if you look closely, you've got some runs right there, pretty bad. The rest of the car, not too shabby. It does have a pretty paint job on it. Somebody's put a headliner on it. The headliner's kind of a half-assed job. It's got the seat covers on it, but the seat covers do look good. They look nice. But the speedometer doesn't work. That's something else I didn't write down. We're going to have to fix the speedometer. Why would you sell a car restored that doesn't have a working speedometer? The carburetor needed the kit in it. We put a set of points in it. The points were shot. So, just the little things. It looks like it's got a new fuel pump, new plug wires, new starter. So, that's okay. But little things like this, too. This is a 54. I don't think it had a vacuum-operated heater in it. But here's a vacuum pot for hot water. I don't know that they had them in this vehicle. So just little things like that to look for. So when you're looking at it, crawl underneath. Look at some of the wiring. Look at some of the splices if it's just got butt connectors on it. Look at some of the seals, just the details in it. Take that oil bath. If you got one with an oil bath, take the oil bath. Just take this top cover off and look inside and see if you got oil in it. See what they've done to it. Get underneath and scrape a little dirt off of it. If you can scrape dirt off of it and mud and crap, they did a nice job. They bought the nice white wall tires. One of these, if you look at it, they were all like this. They've still got the glue from the sticker. I mean, why not take 10 minutes and clean that off, you know? But it's a slick ride. They did a fantastic job on the dash. Look at how pretty that is. But again, I'm going to have to take all that shit apart to fix all the stuff behind it. I don't even know if the radio works. And if the radio doesn't work, then I've got to find tube. It's probably got a power tube jacked up in it because they hooked the battery up backwards. And the clock should work. So, you know, just things to think about. Look at the minor details if you're looking over a car to buy it as a restored car. Look for paint runs. Look for fucked up wiring. Look for these spots back here where that you see that wire coming out of the little bitty pigtail, and I put heat shrink on it and then went into original wiring and tied that all down. If that looks like shit, you know, if the trunk is a pain in the ass to open or the keys don't work in the doors, that all brings your price down. So you can negotiate with that stuff. Paint chips. I painted some of this. It had like flakes off the paint on the radiator. So I just touch up little stuff. But if it, you know, if it looks half-assed, it probably is. So anyway, just something to think about when you're shopping for a quote-unquote restored car. Look for oil leaks. You know, if that pinion seal's leaking, I mean, it's not that hard to put a pinion seal in, you know. Just depends on what car you got too. But good luck buying your cars and shopping around. Make it enjoyable, but dig deep. Dig deep.